Hello, brother and sister souls. Welcome today to an evening of A Course in Miracles lessons. And I feel that before I get on to reading today's lesson, which I'm very excited to dive into, by the way, we've had confirmation today that my mother received the guidance to join me in Spain. So the orchestration of the universe brought her to be on the exact same flight as me, with all the same layovers, getting there at the same time, staying in the same room, and being together for 8 days, if not more, because we may spend some extra time in Paris together. And this is quite perfect. You know, my mom has been, the single mom, for my whole life, since I was probably 11 years old, and that's all I've known of my mother. And so she's worked her buns off in this world and slaved every day to make a buck. And it's only been within the last 2 weeks, not even, that she, as a blessing from the universe and God himself, was laid off from the job that she hated. And about 2 days before that happened was when the sparklies showed up in her mailbox to get going on mind training and really healing her life, her mind, and most importantly, her relationships. Especially that being with my father, which has been the new relationship back in her life for now 1.5 years since their long drawn out divorce. They realize now that they've come back around to experience a holy relationship, and finally she's willing. So I must say I'm uber excited, so excited to be able to spend this time with my mother and to just really get to do this together. It's such a joy. And so I extend this to all of you, to join us in Spain. And that if God could get me there and could get my mother there and to get everybody else there, he can get you there too. So I will definitely leave a link at the bottom here if you're feeling inspired. I'd love to see you all there. This truly is a time of celebration and a demonstration that miracles happen when we join our minds together for a common goal. And the common goal is to help humanity remember what we are and truly bring the light of heaven here through us accepting the light in our own mind as being what God created us. Like we remembered yesterday with our lesson, the Son of God is my identity. It is my identity. It is what I am. And all of my power comes from being what I am. So I would love to celebrate with you guys in Spain just as much as I enjoy celebrating with you every day with these videos. But if you're feeling called to get together and form, let's do this, let's amp it up even more. So I am excited with joy to just be able to watch all these miracles unfolding naturally and automatically, and it's so beautiful. And so this leads perfectly into today's lesson. Myself, capital S, is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. Yes, I am. Yes, we are. For this one self is the one self that God created, meaning we are equal and one. So we are all the power of the universe, the ruler of our own universe. So whether our life at this time is taken a direction of pain and loss and sadness, we are the ruler of that. The key to salvation is I've done this unto myself. And that is where our power is, in recognizing that we unconsciously, subconsciously, as well as consciously created this life for ourselves to have the greatest chance at awakening. So no matter how dark our life might be or how light our life might be, we are the one who is the ruler of our universe. And so today we are restoring ourselves back into the position of power, no longer letting the external world rule us or the external laws rule us and say, oh, I can't go to Spain because I don't have a job and I don't have money, which is what I could say, which is what my mother could say, which is what so many people could say. But that's frankly not the truth. I will go wherever God would have me go. And for me, I feel this idea with Spain came forward was because I said, God, I am of service to you. Send me where I can be of highest service, so that I may go and extend your love and your grace and your word. And from this extension and from this idea of giving, so does it happen. So does the inspiration come to our holy brothers and sisters. And I know you're watching right now. Thank you, Steve and Carolina and Salvador and everybody else who is part of bringing this experience together. it comes to our holy minds, what is most helpful for everybody involved. And I feel that this is where it came from. I've never had a thought, oh, let me travel the world because I want to travel somewhere. No, it has nothing to do with the personal Brittany, the personal self. It has to do with our divine self, which is what we're talking about today, the capital S self, which is where our power is. So now this is an opportunity to rejoice and celebrate in that self, and truly demonstrate that miracles happen and miracles are possible. And the more we give, the more we do receive. So thank you everybody who's learning to apply this law of giving and receiving, or rather realizing that in the giving we receive. So much is to come from this. So exciting, limitless possibilities abound. So with that segue into today's lesson, thank you all. Myself is ruler of the universe. Myself is ruler of the universe. Let's see what Jesus has in store for us today. It is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. What does not occur is what I do not want to happen. This I must accept. For thus am I led past this world to my creations, children of my will, in heaven, where my holy self abides with them, and him who has created me. Wow, this is a perfect lesson even for me today. It opens in saying that it is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. And I think this is bidding on something, right? You're calling for it, you're asking for it. So there's nothing in our life that doesn't come without our asking for it. And a lot of times this is hard to take because, the ego will throw it, well, do you really think that someone who got raped has called it upon themselves? When in truth, what our soul is asking is to wake up. So if we call to us the most, vicious, heinous crimes that this world could label, oftentimes those are because our soul is calling the most to wake up. That it gives us an opportunity to look past the error of what took place, moving on to forgiveness, and seeing that this literally is a call to love from the other person, a call to love to us. And as we answer that call, we are saved. We are healed from everything that had happened in the past. We are healed from all false perceptions that bring us pain and bring us misery and bring those experiences that we do not like or wish or want in truth upon us. And so through these, seeming devastating experiences that happen, they truly bring a blessing in it. They bring a blessing that to the physical eyes it doesn't quite see, but to the eyes of the soul, that is all it sees. And so we are recognizing that in being ruler of the universe, I rule my universe. I rule my destiny. I choose what my life is going to be. And the only way something like these miraculous trips that I continue to be sent on all around the world don't happen from me saying, oh, I can't do that because I don't have money, or oh, I can't do that because, I don't have enough this, or don't have enough that, or don't have enough time, or whatever thought the ego might be able to concoct. All of those are void from my mind, because now, living in the laws of God, anything is possible. There's limitless possibilities, but they're all for our highest good. And this is where we're moving into. Instead of remaining in that space of defending and defense against the world, defense against others, defense against the idea of truth, instead we move into defenselessness, where we truly can reside in the place of being completely defenseless, where we recognize our innocence and that there's nothing that we need to defend. We don't need to defend this body. There's nothing to defend. By defending this body, we are thinking that this body in this world is real, and therefore we are missing the safety and the reality of heaven that is present here. So we are recognizing that even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. even though it may look like there's all these laws that are running me. No. In truth, as we reverse that idea, we get to see that I am the ruler of my destiny, and that what happens is what I desire. We call upon it. Much like an experience, let's say when we are younger, I think I've given this idea maybe in earlier lessons, but here it comes again, with the idea of when we are young children. When we are young children, we may get sick, we stay home from school, and then our mother takes care of us. She kisses our face, and she brings us soup, and, we feel all loved and all warm and protected and taken care of. It's very easy for the developing mind to attribute sickness with love. And therefore, once we attribute sickness with love, that becomes an idea that is ingrained in our subconscious mind, and then this becomes acted out in later life. And then later life, we may develop a sickness. We may have some horrible seeming event come to us, and we say, oh, look how horrible the world is. When in reality, it is coming to you because you have a thought in your mind that you have declared as true for you that is not truth to God, that is not truth in reality. And so what we're realizing is that we bring every single experience back onto us in our life, everything, and we are responsible for all of it. And in being responsible for all of it, that means there's a correction for it and we can change it. So we don't just stay with the idea that I'm responsible for all the shit that happens in my life and all the good that happens in my life. We don't just stay there. We say that I am the ruler of my life, and therefore I am also in charge of handing my mind to the Holy Spirit for correction. That is how much power I have to not only create my life, but to also correct my errors. And that's what we are learning here, that there's a correction for everything, and that there's only one problem and one solution. So there's not many problems that we need to look at, but there's really only just one. And so with that, we're also recognizing that what does not occur is what I do not want to happen as well, right? And this we must accept. And if there needs to be more clarity on this idea, I'm open to discussing that individually through, based experiences that have happened in my life. But that's more in depth and probably for another day, another video. But simply said, we are the ruler of our universe and bring everything into our experience that happens to us for our highest good, even if we don't see it as that at the time. And then once we accept that I am the ruler of the universe, we are led past this world to my creations, children of my will in heaven, where my holy self abides with them and him who has created me. So when we move into the realm of knowing that we are the ruler of the universe, we move past this world and all the hellish things that happen here, and we truly end up in the space where we are co-creators with God in heaven, recognizing that we are children of God, knowing that we are holy, and knowing that we are with our Father, and our Father is with us all the time. This is the space we move into. We move into heaven when we recognize and accept the truth that I am the ruler of the universe and of all things that happen in my life. Yep. So let's conclude today with this beautiful prayer. You are the self whom you created, Son, creating like yourself and one with you. Myself, which rules the universe, is but your will in perfect union with my own, which can but offer glad assent to yours, that it may be extended to itself. And what a perfect prayer for the conclusion here, right? We are still a self whom God created as his Son, and we are creating like God because we are one with him. And so our self rules the universe, much like God rules us with his laws of love. And this is God's will, that we rule this universe, because we, as sons of God, created this universe that has earth in it that we're apparently living on right now. So it is God's will and our will together as one that we rule our universe. And as we recognize that we rule our universe, so is our will in perfect union with God's, which can but offer glad assent to God's perfect will, that it may be extended to itself. So when we accept that we are the ruler of the universe, that we share one will with God, which is perfect gladness and creation all the time, which is when it can extend from this self to this self, which is recognized as being one self. Here's the equality here. So this is exactly what we're going to get to experience and demonstrate in Spain together, from self to self, from heaven to heaven, from spirit to spirit, from God to God, from power to power. No separation, no difference. Only one divine holy will that orchestrates all of it. How beautiful is that, to know we are safe in heaven. And if we think otherwise, we've just made a mistake, and that's a correction for it. Thank you, God. So let's say with this beautiful thought today, myself is the ruler of the universe. And let's be still with this thought, that the Holy Spirit may show this to us truly in a way that we can understand, so that we can accept this and have full understanding from the voice for God himself, that we may carry this understanding in our hearts and minds out into the world, so that we may have an experience of this unity and oneness with all. And so it is. I love you, beautiful souls. Enjoy this beautiful lesson. Myself is the ruler of the universe. And so it is.